Welcome to the Madhouse. This is your captain speaking along with El Jefe. Welcome to episode 283 of the Max Wrestling Podcast. Wherever you're listening, YouTube, Facebook, Andre Corbeil's Wrestling with Wrestling, SoundCloud, or whatever podcast format, make sure you follow and subscribe. It is August 13th and we are 1 week away from our 28th special, PromoSlam 2020. Both of my esteemed co-hosts have a busy week next week, and I'm sure Travis is bowed up. But congratulations, King Mo, now going after 2 titles next week.
Oh, double duty indeed. Also, my redemption is complete. As that one guy says from Canada, I started from the bottom, now I'm here. I love to bring it up now. I used to hate it, but now I don't mind it. Got embarrassed my first time in King of the Mic, and now I legit beat everybody, including one man I did not think I'd beat, being Teddy P, but yeah. So again, redemption complete. We shut up that one guy, and now if how can I say this? If my hill wasn't already tall enough to climb, somebody added some fucking snow to it. So,
I mean, especially this year, the competition was much stiffer than last year.
You're telling me. I mean, Ronald came out swinging. You know, Sean did his thing. I'm not gonna, but you know, that happened. And then Teddy P legit went from the guy that he maybe was probably just the name for a little bit. And if I say that and I disrespect him, I apologize. I'm just trying to state facts. And then he came back, reminded you who he was, and in some form kind of improved a bit.
Oh, definitely.
So yeah, it was.
Teddy
he
came
was
back
difficult.
With a
Everybody else.
year.
Hey, you're telling me. Like I said, he came back with a purpose. But I don't want to say I snuck by him. I got by him, and now, like I said, the top of the hill looks awfully shiny. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah. Well, we're going to need to think of a nickname now for 2 belts.
I don't know. We're gonna have to figure out something. Include the king part. There's so much to add now.
Yeah, the accolades just keep piling up. You're the second person to win 3 Max Wrestling accolades. We all know who the other guy is because he's won everything.
Yeah, we don't talk about that guy.
Who will, of course, be back next week for PromoSlam. It's been a long time since we've seen Mr. Larkin.
Well, yeah, his hiatus was 5 years ago. I joke, I kid, but no, he's
feels
legit
like
been
it.
gone. It does. He's been gone for at least a couple of months.
He wasn't even supposed to be on the week before Trivia Takeover. He was only supposed to do the specials during his time off, but obviously stuff happened, so he had to come back for a little bit.
Ah, yes, that's right.
And then sailed back off into the sunset.
Yeah, he's that guy that showed up for the weekend.
Yeah, that doesn't mean he stopped working though. I mean, we've still been getting bits of his promo. We've still been getting interviews and stuff. Mike never takes days off. He just doesn't record all the time.
Exactly. He may not be busy as far as recording, but I assure you he's a busy man.
Yeah. Plus new job.
That's always hard.
Okay, somebody else got a new job this week, and that was Dominic Mysterio. Officially signed. That was a nice segue. Officially signing his WWE contract on Raw, and at the same time signing the contract to face Seth Rollins at SummerSlam. right before Rollins stepped into the ring with Humberto, beats him very easily. Like, I expected a little bit more from Humberto, but,
Right?
Rollins looking good. But, it was after the match that Dominic literally earned his stripes. Just got the shit beat out of him with kendo sticks by Seth and Murphy. Ooh.
Just
Those welts were
caned
instant.
him. Like, oh yeah, no, like you seen a couple of the shots, they looked bad, and then just you let it heal, I think, for like an hour, and then you take these Instagram pictures, and they just look fucking brutal. There's like one giant line of a bruise over like a bunch of red marks, and it's just, and then it's his back is all cut up, and I'm like, oh. I don't know what actually. I probably would have took the caning more than the skateboard from the Ricky Starks took.
Yeah, I think that would have felt worse at the time.
Yeah, but this was still pretty fucking gnarly.
Oh yeah, like, ugh. The only funny, well, it's not really funny. It's more questionable. Is like nobody tried to help Dominic. He was like stuck there for 5 minutes getting his.
Nobody had friends. Like, especially Dominic. Didn't a bunch of people come out and help him last week? And my first thought was Joe, but then they like made it very clear that he can't do shit, and I'm like, that's stupid.
Yeah. But then, like, later on social media, all these, like, all the Mexican stars of WWE were, like, supporting Dominic. I'm like, where the hell were any of you on Monday?
Sleeping. Siesta time.
And even Andrade, who's a heel, and he was in the building. He was on the show. He didn't help. And don't act like we don't know you all work in the same building.
Nah. We work on the truck.
But, I mean, obviously you can see why nobody came to help him, because they wanted to make Dominic the victim. And they did. And probably Seth's best heel work in weeks, because he was just a bastard.
Yeah, that's putting it lightly. I mean, first off, am I the only one that when I saw this entire like contract signing, I wanted to see Joe versus Seth more than anything.
Yeah, I'm really not sure what the situation is with Joe. I mean, if he's clear to wrestle at all, or if he's literally just retired.
I have no idea. I'm in the same boat as you. Like, I'd love to find out. I mean, I know he's got concussion issues. I'm sure he's already been cleared, maybe. But, like, come on.
Strange.
Very.
And something else that was strange is the poisoning drama that's going on between Zelina and Bianca Belair. Now, they went to the trouble during the week of Zelina having this streaming game with Kayla, and during the stream...
She's on Twitch.
On Twitch, yeah. And during the stream, Bianca invades the home and just starts beating her up. They didn't even mention it on Raw.
Nope. But I love that I saw that, and I fucking posted it on RWT, said, what in the name of the Attitude Era is going on around here?
And it ain't no Pillman's got a gun, that's for sure.
All I know is like her cousin was just like, why do you open doors for random ass people? You don't look through the peephole? You don't check the window? Come on.
What was that, Sarita?
Right, I just...
Were they supposed to be cousins, or were they just tag team partners? I can't remember. I'm pretty sure they were cousins.
God, I have no idea what the impact.
Where's Trav when you need him? Or Mike. Mike would know.
I was about to say, I was like, where you mean Mike? Trav would be like, I don't know, ask Mike.
Now, the strange thing is, they then had a match after Angelo defeated Andrade, Bianca defeats Zelina. But is that it? Or are they continuing the feud, or what? Because it's strange that they would have the match on Raw instead of building towards it.
Right. Makes no real sense. And then when the fuck did... I mean, I know Selena used to wrestle, but, like, I don't even remember the last time I've really seen her do any, like, an actual match.
Probably the Rumble. I think that's all she's really done in WWE.
Yeah, it's got to be, because I fucking have no clue.
At least she knows where her gear is.
Hey, good for her. At least at least she didn't get happen like Shotzi. That sucks.
That was rough.
You're telling me.
Well, you'd expect it from like a parking lot, but outside your apartment.
Right? I mean, like, come on. That's why you pay the extra for the gates and shit.
I did kind of find it funny that everybody was like, all this stuff was in the back, keep an eye out for it. Yeah, like we're gonna have X-ray vision and see into the trunk as the car drives past.
Oh yeah, we're gonna keep our eye out for the specific model of car and paint color and all that shit that she didn't mention. And then we're gonna X-ray vision our way into the trunk. You got it, bud.
Oop, yep, there's a belt in there. Okay, go get it.
Is that Shotzi's helmet on that kid's head? Let's go.
Now MVP made this random claim that Apollo is behind Retribution. Obviously, it's not really. It's just making excuses for losing.
Yeah.
Shelton then defeats Apollo. Lashley begins to attack Apollo, but MVP says no, he wants him healthy for SummerSlam. But then he attempts a cheap shot, but Apollo just drops him with a kick and escapes the beat down. I would have thought they would have gone back to Raw Underground this week.
Yeah, that would have been nice. I mean, that's where they were under new management. No, were they not the managers? You're trying to tell me the managers weren't on shift? There's a Karen that is angry at this moment.
They took over for 1 week.
Yeah, that sounds like Walmart. I was in charge for a week. What happened? They hired some 18-year-old.
The boss's son came back.
Oh yeah, the boss's son came back from fucking online school.
But before we get into Raw Underground, we had some more shenanigans from those hooligans, who have now been nicknamed Aces and 5'8".
Wow,
I love it.
Who fucking named them that? Because that's great.
There's also a fan account called Retribution WWE, and they put out a tweet saying, "Stop calling us Aces and 5'8", or we're gonna break stuff."
Well, they were already doing that. My whole thing is like, so if I remember correctly, the first one was the cinder block, right?
Yeah.
So
through
this
a glass
fucking
window.
dude. Okay, so this goddamn fucking guy runs up, and he's like, "Hey, get out of here!" And they're like, "You get out of here!"
It was like,
And then
it was his first day on the job, and he didn't know how to enforce his authority, and he just thought, "Go home."
he's so and they tell him, "You get out of here!" So then they throw the thing into the bottom window, and I'm like, "Why don't you do it with the one where the logo's at?" And then the fucking homeboy comes with the other cinder block, and he throws it in the already broken, like, open window, and I'm like,
Yeah.
Well, that was a waste. You guys suck. And then they run away like a bunch of scared teenagers.
That's pretty much what they are. I'm guessing the first block was too heavy, so he just threw it through the bottom window.
He's like, "Oh shit, I underestimated the size of this thing."
I thought it was just polystyrene. Nope, it's real cinder.
It's real heavy, bro.
I didn't work out enough for this. And later on, they flipped the car, and every time I see Retribution now and what they've been up to, I think it was seen in American Werewolf in London, where there's a posh couple getting ready to leave home to go out somewhere, and the wolf's just killed somebody not far down the road, and you hear him like all this hubbub, and she's just in the window, like it's pitch black, she can't see anything, and she just goes, "Those hooligans are in the park again."
Well, yeah, that actually fits him perfectly.
Every time I hear, "Oh, Retribution have done this," "Oh, those hooligans again."
Those damn kids.
Now, rumours been going around that one of the members is Dominik Dijakovic.
Dijakovic.
However
Just
the
call
hell
him
you
fucking
pronounce his name
Dijak.
this
Everybody
week.
else calls him Dijak.
Yeah, Chris Dijak. However the hell you decide to pronounce his name this week. I don't really see him so far. I think they're all still stand-ins. None of them really scream like actual wrestler to me.
Yeah.
Except the guy that screamed into the camera on SmackDown. I instantly thought that was Leo Rush.
Okay, I wasn't the only one. but I mean, he was like, I was like, okay, maybe Leo got a little taller. I don't know. But I mean, I hear Dijak could be like the leader. I don't see him like as the only guy I think would work great for this would be Cameron Grimes, but I don't want to see him off NXT TV. Charismatic as all hell, yeah. We're here to take over. I can already hear his crazy ass voice.
I think I said last week I predict Aleister Black is the leader, but I really hope he isn't now, because this whole faction is kind of dying already. Like, nobody's taking it seriously.
What is there to take? There's nothing to take serious. I mean, it's not like they went in and destroyed the ring again. They threw a cinder block through the same broken window. They flipped the car, which fucking Braun Strowman used to do weekly.
Yeah, and it took like 8 of them.
Right? Braun did it in a matter of seconds. And you fucking guys took all goddamn night.
Plus, it didn't even show when I'm flipping it. They were just there with an upside down car.
Maybe they hired Braun. We don't know.
Maybe. Well, he is a heel now.
Right? After I don't give a damn about Alexa. You lying sack of shit.
See, I obviously there was a double turn, but what if it's a swerve and Alexa cost the Fiend the match at SummerSlam?
Hey, that's a big possibility. It's worth it. I mean, after she got clawed, it's like I can see that now, but I don't know. I don't like this. I'm so bored with it. Like, I really don't care. They're going into this fucking third match. They've already had 2. The first one was shit, and the second one was garbage, and now that's like, now they want us to care because you said you don't give a shit about Alexa, and then Alexa got clawed, and why am I supposed to care?
Like, it's literally the only part of SmackDown I've been keeping up with, and that's because the highlights come out. But
I mean, I still watch SmackDown. It's a piece of shit. I mean, besides anything fucking AJ does. He seems to be the only shining light, just like Drew seems to be the only shining light on fucking Raw.
Yeah. Well, Mickie James returned to Raw this week, and all she really did was have an interview backstage, and she was interrupted by Lana and Natalya, who now dress exactly the same for reasons.
Fucking TikTok.
Oh, fucking TikTok. I fucking hate TikTok.
I don't mind it, but Jesus, do you guys really need to, like, fucking go, like, figure out what the hell they used to wear in the 90s and, like, in living color, and then decide to, like, revamp it and wear it in fucking public? I don't understand.
Lana's also the embodiment of TikTok.
She got Miro fucking banned from Twitch for just walking into the room in a bikini. And I'm like, God damn it. The poor bastard barely got like 1,000 followers and you got him kicked off. Like, way to go.
Well, he hasn't been through enough.
Like, yeah, seriously. I mean, I know we just talked about it. Have you heard of this guy maybe deciding he's going to go with AEW?
Well, I mean, I keep hearing that
I keep hearing that there's a chance he might actually be able to work with the New Japan in LA, or I guess wherever I think they're in LA.
Yeah.
I guess he's gonna try to. I guess that's one of the spots he's considering. But a lot of people are like, he would be like the perfect guy to beat Cody.
Ooh.
I don't hate that idea.
No.
But as long as Lana stays away.
Yeah, well, she actually had a contract renewed in WWE, didn't she, when they fired her husband?
Thank God.
Okay, we got Rusev or Lana. Which one should we fire and which one should we keep?
Oh, well, Lana will sell calendars there, pal. And people are they'll turn around and look at Vince. What the fuck? What the hell's a calendar?
maybe they did base it on TikTok followers. Lana's got more followers.
Oh, yeah. Social media, that's where it's at.
I mean, I thought he retired, but I'd be happy to see him end up in AEW. Hell, even Impact.
Yeah, You know what? Yeah, maybe. I mean, even Brian Myers looked good in Impact this week.
Yeah. I mean, it was short and sweet, but
Better than his WWE run.
yeah. Speaking of short and sweet, I keep giving them new names. I'm going with Ricochet this year. Ricochet and Cedric Alexander.
Ricochet?
Well, WWE has this thing of combining names to create team names, like Jericho. So we're going with Ricochet.
Ricochet.
They and the Raiders squashed Tozawa's Ninjas.
What in the hell? Okay, that's the part that where like this thing kills me. Them and the Viking Raiders, now they're just beating up ninjas. Are the like this is like legit? Like they're not. So this is like 1991. Okay.
Yeah.
There's jobbers, but we're not going to tell you they're jobbers. We're going to tell you they're part of a very serious, stable group of ninjas. Okay, never mind. It's not 1991. It's 1984. Jesus Christ.
Like when were they cleared to wrestle in matches anyway? I thought they were just like heavies.
Nah, fucking whatever. They're like the security dudes. Get in there and get beat up, but I guess you're gonna get in there and get like do some shit first and then get beat up. I don't.
Yeah. Well, one of them turned out to be Truth in disguise, who rolls up to Tozawa on the way out of the ring.
38.
To become a 38-time 24/7 7-Eleven champion.
I-95. Stop.
He also made Shayna break character on Raw Talk again.
I can't, like, it's so. I couldn't be able to like do an interview with this fucking guy and like on the call. You're out of your mind.
Yeah.
And then in the same room, if I was in the same room, like,
nobody can keep a straight face with Truth. Not even Brock Lesnar did it.
No. And again, you're talking about fucking Brock Lesnar here, the guy that he probably would keep a straight face at like a comedy show. He would just sit there. Yeah. But Truth walks in the room. Ah, fuck.
It's impossible to be an intimidating, serious heel around our Truth.
Factual statements right there.
Actually, I think the only person I've seen keep a relatively straight face was Randy Orton, and that's because he's got no emotion, which we'll get to later on.
I was just going to say, I was like, oh yeah, he showed it, all right.
I think there was a dumb finish, personally, between Peyton and Liv. Like, why was Liv so distracted by Ruby being on the apron when she knew Billy was going to try and interfere?
Like, yeah, I didn't understand that either. I watched this and I was like, okay, I'm already not like enjoying this. I'm gonna go get like an ice cream sandwich, and I come back, and I'm like, what in the? I give up.
I rewound it 3 times. I was like,
I don't know.
Why the hell was she distracted? I don't get it.
I don't rewind Raw anymore unless it's retro.
I see what you did there.
Right.
But apparently Peyton and Bianca are rumored to be Vince's choices to lead the new generation of women in WWE.
It's an interesting combination.
Yeah, I really don't want to see the Iconics break up, though.
I mean, they work better together. I'm in total agreement with that. I don't want to see him break up. I think if they do, Billie Kay is exposed and she's fired. Like that's what I'm most afraid of.
Like she is brilliant personality-wise, but Peyton's clearly the better wrestler.
All day. I mean, maybe if she just stuck around and be her manager, maybe, and then they could stay like that. Just get her out of the ring would be fantastic.
Yeah, they really balance each other out because, like, you see all this stuff backstage. They do like all the WWE.com exclusives and stuff, and Billy just being a crazy, hilarious, witty self. And you always see Peyton try and hold it together because she's just gonna crack.
Oh yeah. She stands there looking all sexified.
Damn,
Sean Zack Ryder or Matt Cardona's lady, I should say. I wanted to say Zack Ryder.
Yeah, Sean Spears.
Oh, Sean Spears.
Wait, who's Zack Ryder with?
Oh, that's right. Zack's with somebody else, huh?
Mike, where are you, man?
Son of a bitch, Mike.
Oh, Ali.
There you go.
Is it Ali? I think it's Ali. I'm going to go with Ali. We don't follow personal relationships.
I'm doing the shrug thing that everybody puts on their fucking text messages.
Yeah. I use that a lot.
Fuck if I know.
So our first visit to Raw Underground saw Riddick Moss, who I don't even know where or when the last time I saw Riddick Moss was. Obviously, it was on NXT. Was it not?
He showed up. He was with who the fuck did he show up with? With MVP. He showed up with some. I remember he showed up with somebody. Did like one episode and then he was gone.
Huh. Well, that's how much of an impact he made.
Oh, fucking.
It could have been Mojo. Yeah, that's probably why I don't remember.
Like I was like, I swear to God, I fucking seen the guy. Or maybe no, it probably had to be Mojo. I think I was gonna call him like the fullback or something.
Oh, the 24/7 title thing, yeah.
Yeah. There you
go. But yeah, he made much more of an impact on Raw Underground, just blitzing Cal Bloom. I had to look that up because I don't remember them saying his name.
I don't know half the fucking jabroons they throw in there to get beat up by a guy that's maybe kind of a sort of a star.
Yeah. So whenever you see somebody on Raw Underground, you have to Google who was on Raw Underground.
Oh yeah, who is this fucker?
Like later on, we had Arturo Ruas, who's an MMA fighter, just pummel somebody. And that's the thing, when you look up who these guys were, they were like, Ruas pummeled a jobber, Shayna beat 3 jobbers.
No. Shayna didn't beat 3 jobbers. She went out in the crowd, decided I'm going to slug 3 poor innocent women and make them fight me.
Yeah. And
then beat their ass. I'm like, okay. My wife's looking at me. She's like, she started that whole fight. I was like, I know. I'm not disagreeing with you. They're so willing to fight her. I don't know what's going on.
She must have been bored. There was no good food in catering again.
Nuh-uh. I mean, it got it. Well, I mean, no buffet style. They're probably all prepackaged crap.
Yeah.
They got time for Uber Eats.
I'm very glad there wasn't anything with Nia Jax this week. Obviously, she got suspended.
Thank God.
Last week. Hopefully, they keep it like that. Like, don't just suspended. Not like Kevin Owens, like he was suspended for a week and he came back.
Yeah, that wasn't much of a suspension, but all right.
But also on Raw Underground, Dabba kind of went below the belt. The jobber he was facing just grabbed a handful and knocked him out with a right hook. That's a hell of a way to get beat.
You're telling me. I mean, if that's not like how this guy starts beating everybody, then I don't know if I want to see this anymore.
Well, when you look at the size of him, you don't really need to use cheap tricks like that.
Oh, the second I seen that, I immediately saw like that 30-second video that used to go all over Facebook all the time with that guy at an MMA fight. Grab his dick and twist it. What? Grab his dick and twist it. The old dick twist. I was like, yep. Papa Tunde seen that, and he was like, this is what we're going to do.
Is that a Sal Bandini move?
That's where Joey Ryan learned it. Sal Bandini.
So 2 weeks in, how do you think Raw Underground's going? Because I'm seeing a lot of mixed reactions to it.
Well, there's no strippers this week. I'm a little disappointed.
Yeah, Liv Morgan was disappointed by that.
Hey, as we all should be. I'm not gonna lie, dude. Arturo Ruas is my dude. If anybody remembers that NXT review I did like fucking years ago for that, at this point, this guy had mentioned he's like a black belt in like every goddamn martial art there ever is, and I'm like, you're the deadliest man to ever get into a squared circle. Like, you're better than Steve Blackman, bro. He needs to be on this Underground like every week. Like, he's like, I like what Shayna did. I mean, I make fun of it because, yeah, like my wife pointed out perfectly, she did start the fight. But I was like, yeah, but then she also killed everybody and looked good doing it.
Yeah, she also finished it very quickly.
Yeah, exactly. Threw everybody around. Looked awesome. You know, Ruas looked good. And, I mean, even, I'm not going to, and I hate that I'm saying this because I kind of just got a little something in my throat. Even Ziggler looked pretty good in fucking tape fists and fucking jeans out there beating up people.
Yeah.
Like, I don't mind it, but you gotta start building a fucking story to it. If you're just gonna throw it to the back, as they say, and just beat up on some fucking people, MMA style, and have Shane McMahon be the worst fucking judge in the world and just run in. That's it. That's it. You know, like I hate it. Like what the fuck is a ref in there for? Does he not know how to stop a fight?
Why is it even Shane running it? Any of these guys could just kill him.
I don't understand where like the McMahon factor.
Oh, the
money
talks.
You don't want to piss him off. I wonder if he eats a steak like his dad.
So that brings us to the final match and segment of the show, which we really should have seen coming. Maybe I did, I just didn't really think about it. So Orton gets the win over Owens with an RKO counter to the stunner. And so I'm looking at the clock now and I'm thinking, okay, we still got 10 minutes left. So either we go into another segment or Randy's going to pull something. And immediately picks up a microphone and asks Rick to stick around because he got something to say. It was actually great promos from both of them, even from Flair, who's kind of missed a step the last few years with all this trouble.
Yeah.
But you know, Orton goes full heel, saying he doesn't respect Flair anymore, calls him a liability, and gets really personal, mentioning Ric Flair's son, his pacemaker, and being in a coma.
Yeah, when he brought up Reed, I was like, oof. Dude, fucking blow.
But you know, Flair also said what we've all been saying for years, that he wants Randy Orton to break his record and not John Cena.
Oh, yeah, I love that line.
And Orton pulls a swerve. They hug it out, pulls a low blow, and then it was great that they suddenly remembered Retribution are around, so they can flicker the lights on and off, so that you don't actually have to hide the punch. You can just put the lights out on contact.
Smart, by the way.
Yes, putting Ric Flair in no danger. And then of course Drew McIntyre comes down and chases him off. But again,
Booger Elf.
Drew had like a minute and a half, maybe 2 minutes before that punch after the low blow to come down.
Oh yeah, he was like probably half naked. No shit.
Give me a nice shirt. Give me a nice shirt.
I was about to say, I was like, where's my... Damn it.
No, that's okay.
This guy's got sweat all over it.
The only thing missing for me would have been after the low blow and Flair's on the ground, is Orton picking up a mic or just looking towards the camera and saying, I'm sorry, I love you, and then hitting the punt.
Right.
I think that would have been sweet.
It would have been, but like you just pointed out, he has no emotion.
Yeah, very true.
He's a robot.
He does have sarcasm though.
Oh, tons of it.
What does the shape have to say?
Shape. It's time to shape up.
It's time for you to prove that you are more than a one-headed wonder.
It's only right for us to set that bar, to set that standard.
I take the shape of whatever I need to be. Travis Anderson, your time has come.
Max Wrestling presents PromoSlam August 20th. Go to maxwrestlinguk.weebly.com for more information.
Hey guys, this is Brittany Savage and you are listening to the Max Wrestling Podcast. It's time to take to the max.
Hey, this is the charismatic enigma, Jeff Hardy. Welcome to the Madhouse.
Okay, well, there's no King of the Mic this week, so we're going on to Impact. You seen it this week?
Nope, because the King of the Mic is here.
Have you seen Impact?
I'm actually finishing up a bunch of the highlights right now.
Okay, so I had a good night.
WrestleHouse looked awfully interesting with fucking Crazy Steve as the ref. And what looks to be like an impromptu, just random like conversation with a bunch of people.
Yeah, I had a great night because obviously I watched Impact later on. So I watched Impact and then I moved on to AEW and NXT Live. So
oh, hey,
I had a good 4 hours.
Yeah, you're telling me.
But we opened up with in the middle of a brawl backstage between Mac and Eric Young, who made their way into the ring. They were supposed to have a match later on, apparently, but Mac decides he want to fight. He made it have the match now, which they did. And Mac, during the match, Willie Mac contemplated returning the favor of Rich Swann by, doing the whole leg in the chair thing. But Eric Young managed to escape and hits a pile driver for the win. And I just noticed as well a similarity between Eric Young's theme and the Cure's theme from The Crow, Burn.
I'll have to check that out.
They're very similar, and I don't know if that's deliberate, but if it is, I like it.
Right on. I mean, from what I saw from this, because again, with the whole access to access, go off of the highlights, but it is what it is. Like AEW has made it like officially like a thing where wrestlers are attracted to the ring like a magnet because they're brawling all over the fucking place. I don't mind it, actually. Hell, I actually kind of like it. I think, like, brawling all over the parking lot, throwing each other into cement, beating the shit out of each other. All of a sudden, I turn around and I look, I was like, oh, wait, they're going to have a match? They fought from the parking lot to the ring. And I'm like, so if they were in the ring, would it be vice versa? We got to get out of here.
I mean, WrestleHouse was kind of the same when Crazy Steve and, was it Ace Romero, didn't have a room, so they were both drawn to the ring to sleep in.
Oh yeah, we can't share it either.
Oh yeah, it's like an 18 foot by 18 foot. We can share it. No, we can't. We gotta fight for it. So Good Brothers are looking for Ace Austin and Madman Fulton. They didn't find them, but they did break up a match later on, which was between, if I can remember, Suicide and Dez. Very quickly gets thrown out when the Good Brothers attack. Clean house, call out Ace and Fulton, who appear on the Tron, and they challenge him to a match at Emergence next week.
Ooh. I did like when they came out. Their presence is immediately felt. Like whether you're brand new to Impact or you've been watching for a while, I feel like them showing up made an impact. Literally, no pun intended.
Yeah.
But because every time I see them, I it's all eyes on them. I'm not gonna lie, WrestleHouse is fucking mad entertaining.
Yeah, but this is the Gallows and Anderson that I wish we could have had in WWE. I don't want to see them cracking jokes. I want to see them going backstage looking for somebody to fight.
Hold on, that's not true. That fucking.
I mean, they are funny.
The nerdometer, the nerd. I loved it. I'm not gonna lie, but no, you're 100% right. They should have been at least serious first. Won the world tag titles a couple times. Legit, look like badass teams, and then you want to do some dumbass comedy. I'm all about it. But nope.
Shame.
You can't get over in Japan here, pal.
Yep, not even Shinsuke.
Oh, that poor... I feel so bad. Because I loved when he showed up, and now I'm like, dude, leave.
Yeah,
do whatever you can to
leave.
Leave. I say the same thing to Chad Gable every fucking time I see him on SmackDown. Dude, leave. Please, get out of here. You're so much better than this place. Nobody will take you seriously in this profession if you don't leave. And trust me, he's got the talent.
Yeah, what did Brian Myers say in an interview this week that WWE were giving out? Please don't go to AEW contracts.
Oh, yeah. Yes. I was like, that's just perfect.
So in our first visit to WrestleHouse this week, Taya decides to entertain the household by showing her greatest hits. Poor household. Beginning with her debut in Impact, of course. But it was another nice moment between Rosemary and Crazy Steve, where obviously they addressed their history together. And Steve kind of planted this idea in her head that maybe she should make whoever she's interested in jealous, because she seems distracted. In the meantime, very random, cousin Jake and Susie are preparing for a secret date. Like Rich Swann hasn't been through enough.
I was just gonna say.
So that's where we leave part 1 of WrestleHouse. And we get to Reno Scum jumping Rhino backstage for some reason, just to take his money. Don't know where they came into this whole feud between Rhino and Hernandez, but there you go.
Is Rhino still walking around with that wad of money?
Not anymore. Like, Reno Scum jumped him and took the money.
Oh, son of a... That's what I meant, you dumbass.
There's a lot going on backstage.
Why would you still have that? I want to ask Rhino, like, legitimately.
He's
hey,
been
bro,
walking around with a wad of cash for 3 weeks.
No, that's what I want to ask him that, and then I want to ask him, like, hey, bro, aren't you like a mayor or something? Don't you have a fucking bank account? Put it in the bank.
Maybe that should be one of his policies.
Oh, yeah. Always put your cash in the bank.
Actually, yeah, there was a bit of time between matches in this week. So the second match of the night was actually, at this point, Jordynne Grace defeats Kimber Lee by getting the knees up to a swanton and then follows it up with a rear naked choke.
Love Jordynne Grace.
Now, what about Kimber Lee? Because obviously she's got a lot of history in Shine and Shimmer, and she had a couple of appearances in NXT.
Yeah, what she did to Mae Young as well, yeah.
Yeah, I think there was one
like her.
where she challenged for the title as well.
I don't remember about that, but she was the dancer turned wrestler, if I'm not mistaken.
Right. Something
like that. Well, all I know is I liked her. I didn't know that she had that she had worked in Shimmer and all, and Shimmer and Shine. All like that's top fucking promotions right there, especially for women.
Yeah.
That's I mean, she wasn't bad in NXT either. She just it's if you don't fit the bill, we're not gonna push you.
Yeah. Which is probably what happened with Deonna Purrazzo too.
And now look at her.
Yeah, now she's a Knockouts champion, and later on in the show, she ups the ante for Emergence and challenges Jordynne to a 30-minute Iron Man match. First ever Knockouts Iron Man match. Well, Iron Woman, whatever.
This is gonna be good. This is gonna be good. Like the NXT screwed Deonna over. She was a heck of a worker, and now she's gonna say, "Watch me go out there and put on a fucking show with Jordynne Grace."
Yeah. And they did such a good job of building that first match as well.
Yeah, it's worked out really well with her. Like, I don't know if maybe it's just them or just fucking being able to do what you want to do with your character.
I think actually Jordynne and Deonna was the match I was most looking forward to at Slammiversary.
I mean, it was a good one. I mean, what was not to you're talking about? I think Jordynne Grace had the title she's had it for a while prior up to that, and then you had year. Yeah, I was about to say she had it for about a whole year, and then you have Deonna come in, new face or whatever, but she came in, looked like a killer, took the damn thing from her, and now she's continued to build this character, and now they're gonna have this awesome 30-minute Iron Woman match.
Yeah, looking good. And then we go from that to locker room talk. Now, you say locker room talk and it's but it was also with RVD and Katie Forbes. Madison just pretty much instantly abandons the show, not that I can blame her.
Nope.
Just because Rob and Katie were just a little bit busy.
Being Rob and Katie.
I don't need to be here. So she walks out. They take over the show. She's got an invisible microphone. There's just like she's holding her hand up to Rob's mouth while he's talking, and he just looks at it and goes, "Is that a microphone?" Yeah, okay.
No, Rob, it's an invisible bong. Take a rip, brother.
Yeah, he probably would.
That's what I'm saying.
Luckily, Sami Callihan teleports in to interrupt it and attacks RVD, but unfortunately, Katie Forbes comes to the rescue with hairspray. And they both stomp him down. Damn it, Sami.
Why would you do this, Sam? I don't know. When's this thing gonna end?
Hopefully at Emergence.
I mean, besides the Photoshop thing, I'm kind of already over this.
Yeah, I just want to see Sammy and Rob fight.
Yeah. Let's just get
I
the fight
don't
on.
want to see any twerking.
Please.
Oh, Moose. Then, oh man, there's something missing. He doesn't seem to register things in his gimmick, and it's great. So he interrupts the Rascals backstage, and for some reason Trey is just playing around with a Suicide's mask, so he puts it on before Moose comes, and then Moose actually thinks Trey is Suicide. He's like, I beat you
Kayfabe,
3 times. Even though it's just a mask and the rest of his body is Trey.
Kayfabe. He's all about it.
Later on, though, Moose was just walking backstage, and all of a sudden a hologram appears on the wall of EC3, basically saying he needs to destroy Moose because he represents TNA. And obviously EC3 wants to destroy his past. So
I'm down.
All signs point to EC3 taking the non-official TNA World Title from Moose.
And what, burning it?
Yeah, and then he has to smash it up, literally, because he wants to destroy everything about the old EC3. Which is probably why they're using like a bootleg replica, just so EC3 can smash it up.
Fine with me. I mean, I don't mind Moose walking around with this thing. Actually, I kind of like it.
Oh yeah,
but
I like the gimmick.
I mean, if it's just going to end up being EC3 beats him just to smash it, though, I'm all about that. I mean, I can already imagine him now, like, sitting in the weight room and like having it like on the floor, and like every time he drops like the deadlift set, just prank and start smashing it.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, this thing works great to stop the weights from rolling around.
And like I've said, my favorite thing about this whole gimmick with Moose is how people trick him into kind of admitting that it's not an official title. Like, oh, I spoke to the TNA Championship Committee. There is no TNA Championship Committee. Okay.
Sure there is. They were a bunch of ghosts in a room.
Going back to WrestleHouse, Rosemary plans to make Bravo
I
jealous.
played it.
But she doesn't have many options. She's got like Larry D or AC, or who else was her option? I was probably Cody Dina. So she decides to go with Larry D and blows a little love smoke in his face. WrestleHouse is crazy. We then move to Susie and Jake beginning their date. Susie kind of starts the date by saying she has the runs. Just
This is why I wish I could have. Like, they need subtitles.
This is how you begin a dinner date. So because Larry is so distracted by Rosemary now, AC's kind of talking to him and he's just ignoring him. So that's grounds for a match as far as WrestleHouse is concerned.
Well, yeah.
And of course,
Tommy Dreamer pop out of nowhere.
match time. He actually said I didn't think I was going to get any TV time this week.
I was like, this is great.
Larry, of course, gets the win for Rosemary while she's standing at ringside, and they do like a very quick shot of Bravo looking a little jealous. So plan's working. Now Travis is going to kick himself for not being here for this one. The tag team match was, of course, Tasha Steelz and Kiera Hogan against Havoc and Nevaeh. Hogan and Steelz get the jump on them on the way to the ring. It's actually a pretty good no-holds-barred match. There's pretty much weapons in every little bit of offense in the entire match, which is just what you want from a no DQ match. If you got weapons, use them.
Yeah, hit them with the people.
Like Havoc take a nice bump through the table. Hogan picks up the win, and I just think, has there ever been a more useless backup than Nevaeh? She's done nothing for Havoc since debuting.
I was just gonna say, I was like, all I seen in this one was Havoc, and Havoc is obviously the bigger girl, but I was like, okay, and then yeah, I'm with you. I was like, oh, poor Trav. Trav's missing out. I'm like, I'm watching this. I'm like, oh, I see why Trav gets excited.
Yeah, I mean, surely Havoc's gonna get sick of Nevaeh at some point. I mean, since she became her bodyguard, not that Havoc needs a bodyguard, She hasn't helped her win
Right.
any matches. She hasn't won any matches herself. And every time they've teamed up, they've getting beat up by two girls that are half their size.
Sounds like WWE to me.
Okay. The flashback this week was Eddie Edwards retaining the World Championship against Cody. It seems like they're just going to be showing Eddie Edwards matches every week now.
Well, yeah, he's their big star.
Yeah, I mean, building up to
I guess.
Slammiversary, you could see it that they were showing all these people that had been released, like teasing which one they were going to sign. In the end, they signed most of them.
I mean, and they haven't been bad yet.
No. It's still strange seeing a flashback of Cody with, like, not bleached hair.
Yes. This is back when he was kind of heel, Cody.
Yeah, also with no neck tattoo.
Ah, the good old days.
Backstage, there's a lot going on backstage in Impact, like I said. Rohit Raju is backstage and he worms his way into Chris Bay's title defense against TJP at Emergence by saying, you know, you put me in a match, it'll be 2-on-1, I'll have you back. And I'm not sure if Chris Bay is falling for it or if he knows exactly what he's doing, but he's just like, yeah, okay, fine. Chris Bay
He will not be suckered in.
Chris Bay's cool as a cucumber.
Cool as I like that. Cool as a cucumber.
Yeah, it's like nothing seems to phase Chris Bay. He's just easygoing. Yep, whatever.
Well, if my name was Chris Bay, I'd be real easygoing too.
Yeah. Also, anybody that's half as talented as Chris Bay, easygoing.
Yeah, he makes it look real easy.
And then in our final visit to WrestleHouse this week, Susie scared off Jake because a little bit of Su Yung slipped out.
That was funny.
And that leads to another match time.
Match time.
Between Susie and Alicia Edwards, because Alicia Edwards is basically playing wing girl for Susie.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, she was not a ring girl. That's an insult. Wing girl for Susie, and Susie just said she gave her bad advice, slapped her in the face, and that leads to a match. This is the one that was refereed by Crazy Steve. And
Yeah.
He just kicks it off with, I can't see the middle, so I'm going to call it down an angle. Already this is going to be gold.
He said that I died.
And then
I
he's just,
rewound. I'm like,
when
what?
he's counting, he's yelling random things. It was like potato. And then for the final pin, it was 1, 7, 9.
That's what I thought. I was like, okay, that was okay. And then they kind of stopped, and they're like, huh? Oh, okay, I did.
Always loved Crazy Steve.
And then I don't, because I turned the volume down. But then I see fucking Tommy Dreamer pop up again, and he's about ready to call match time again, and somebody tells him no.
Yeah, so obviously everybody's distracted by match time, and Taya is still trying to play her greatest hits in the house, so she comes out to break it all up. So, okay, let's go back inside. And then Kylie Ray pipes up, excuse me, something about being a number one contender. And then Taya's like, yeah, but have you ever actually beat a champion? And Kylie's like, no, how about I beat you?
Oh, and that's when he pops up. No. Oh.
Yeah, Taya don't want to wrestle this week.
And he's like, oh. Tommy
Yeah.
Dreamer, that's his like favorite part of his entire life, is screaming match time.
Yeah, and Impact, you need to release a T-shirt of match time.
But yeah, why isn't that not there yet? I need that shirt. That'd probably be the only Impact shirt I'd ever buy.
Still also waiting for an EC3 T-shirt, but he's still not technically signed yet.
Damn, they must be paying this guy a lot just to show up every week then.
Yeah, he's probably filmed all of his like promos in one.
That would be super fucking smart.
Yeah. But you know, they need to sign him pronto just so they can get a T-shirt for him, because I need that T-shirt.
Yeah, let's go. Merch money.
And then of course, main event, as we said, Brian Myers made his return to Impact to answer Eddie Edwards' open challenge. Now, obviously you knew Eddie Edwards was going to win, because originally he called out EY because they got a little feud building. but we still don't know if it's going to be a match at Emergence or anything.
Only time will tell. Is it me, or is Brian Myers out there in like the same exact gear that he had in WWE?
Pretty much. Yep, same look, same kind of promos too. A shame that he lost his first match back. You would kind of think that he would be treated a little differently in Impact.
Well, at the same time, you're going against world champ.
Yeah, and it wasn't really a squash match. I mean, it did last a good, 15-20 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, so... But I'm with you. You really don't want to debut somebody without giving them a win.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're making a jobber, not a star.
I mean, look at Sean Spears.
Hey, alright.
Oof.
I mean, that chair shot can only get you so far, and now we see all it did was get you to dark.
Yeah.
I mean, but they're working on something, I think, maybe, kind of, sort of, maybe.
Yeah, the possible 4 horsemen.
But who's the 4th horseman?
Ugh.
Question.
It's got to be Cody.
That's my guess. It's got to be. Because, I mean, you got, like I said, so because you got FTR, so that would be Ole and Arn, okay? And then you got Tully's guy being Sean, and I guess in a way that would be Tully, if not worst case Barry Windham with the glove. And then yeah, Cody would be Rick, which is, everything, which is Rick wanted to be Dusty, so it's like full circle, I guess.
Yeah.
The thing that he does so well is he puts a smile on everybody's face.
Your show.
We are gonna steal the show.
I guess it's time for a new order.
Have you seen Max Wrestling?
I will show you the light.
We're talking about me. We're talking about the podcast machine.
Your boy, Moses Marquez.
Same day, new era.
We are the best at this.
Max Wrestling Podcast every single Thursday. Go to maxwrestlinguk.weebly.com for more information.
Hey everybody, it's the interview queen Alicia Atute here, and you are currently listening to the Max Wrestling Podcast. It's time to take it to the max.
This is the voice of Killer Kross, and right about now, we're about to take it to the max. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Madhouse.
For this week's Wednesday Night War, AEW kicked off with Dark Order versus the Young Bucks, while NXT kicked off with Kross versus Danny Burch.
He murdered him.
Yeah, I know which one I was a little more interested in.
I'm sorry, I was doing my notes and I was watching WWE, and I wrote everything that happened from the match to the ending of the match, and then I also included everything that Keith Lee did, and then I was done. I was like, oh, well, that was really easy. And then I get to AEW, and I'm just like, I can't write any of this shit down. They're out there just kicking ass.
Yeah. Well, the Bucks have jumped on their way to the ring, so that obviously gives the advantage to Dark Order.
Did you notice Evil Uno's new mask?
Yeah.
I love it.
It's like Shark Boy painted black.
No, it's not. It's not. It's changed. They changed the teeth. They made it look weirder.
Oh,
they changed it up.
I mean, when I first
different.
saw it, I didn't think there was any eye holes.
Yeah, no, that does look a little. That was a little weird or different part. But no, yeah, no, they changed a bunch of stuff. So now it looks. I think it looks a little bit different. I like it. All I know is the Bucks versus Stu Grayson and Evil Uno is a match that many people have seen in PWG, where it's the Young Bucks against Super Smash Bros.
Yeah.
It was great.
But yeah,
fucking great.
A lot more went down in the NXT opener. Obviously, Kross gets Chris Kross gets the win by submission. Keith Lee didn't just marches down with a contract.
Oh, this was awesome.
I don't know how they did it. So Kross signs the contract, gives it back to Scarlett,
Oh, you're giving this
Scarlett
love.
slided in the ring.
This guy cuts this fucking promo on him.
Oh, yeah.
This part, I love this whole fucking thing. He fucking tells him, he's like, I begged and pleaded Regal for this match. He's like, my signature's on it, his signature's on it. Now all it needs is your punk asses. And I fucking popped. I was like, I come punk ass.
Yeah, Keith Lee, when he's angry, his mic skills have gone golden.
Oh, he calls him a bitch too, and I'm like, oh, you call him a bitch. But then, the fireball.
How? We saw the contract for the whole time. We saw Kross signing it, and then literally all Scarlett did was slide it into the ring. Keith opened it up, and boom.
You know damn well that you could very easily still frame it.
Yeah.
So that's my guess. I mean, I don't know. I thought it was great. I loved the way he sold it. I just was like, all right, old school magic tricks. Here we go. I did love the guy in the crowd fucking scream, sign it with blood. I was like, who was that? Was that the Boog? Must have been the Boog.
The VIP of WWE crowds.
Every time I turn around, he gets fucking screen time. It's not just you hear him. All of a sudden, I see his fucking crazy hair and face. And I'm just like, it's the Boog. And my wife's, what the fuck is the Boog? I'm like, oh, you'll know one day. Everybody will know the Boog.
Yes. And everybody knows who MJF is now with his campaign. I love the chasing cars
awesome.
Joker reference. That was brilliant.
That was great. I love that he walks out and he sees this kid standing there with one of those sleeves that looks just like his scarf, and he's just like, oh, I like the new kid. And fucking Nina is like, I hired him. Nina, speak when spoken to. Thank you. I was like, this is great. He likes the new guy,
but he doesn't like Nina very much. It's amazing how she got a job, to be honest.
Well, she's a great campaign manager. That's how. Have you seen the numbers?
Yes, numbers don't lie. What was it, 500 plus against minus 1,000?
Yes. I'm like, last week it was plus 100, minus 800, and I'm like, that seems weird. Or minus negative 800, I should say. And then this week it's like, oh, so he lost a lot more votes, but you gained even more. It's just, I love everything they're doing.
Yeah.
I mean, truth be told, I'm not super excited for the match itself, but I'm loving the hell out of this build.
Oh, yeah, MJF making it.
Oh, yeah, he is.
But of course, Mox's music starts playing and he sends his entire entourage into the crowd because that's where Mox comes from. Except for this week, he decides to come from the stage, lays out MJF.
It was like the first time Roman ever came through the entranceway. Everybody's like, wait a minute, you don't do that.
Yeah.
He did, and he was just... And I was watching it with Harold. I said the same thing. I was, I bet you guys $10 he walks through the entranceway. Nobody took the bet, thank God.
I'm pretty sure after Roman started coming through the curtain down the stage as well, a week or two later, somebody was still looking to the crowd when his music started playing. He doesn't do that anymore.
Oh yeah, the backup cameraman. What are you doing? Well, isn't Roman coming out? Not anymore. Oh, okay. I'll explain later.
Do you know what? I think more happened on Dynamite this week. So then that followed up with Matt Hardy challenging Sammy Guevara to a match on the next Dynamite, which is in 10 days rather than 7.
It'll be on a Saturday.
But then he promised to stay and find Sammy and beat him up on the night. And instead,
can you blame the man? He threw a shoot-ass chair right at his face.
Yeah, but it was just the fact that we didn't see him again after this segment.
That's true.
But he did attack referee Mike Posey, thinking it was Sami Zayn. Why the referee was walking around in a leather jacket and a baseball cap, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know why. I guess he's a Sammy fan, maybe. I don't know. And yeah, he got his ass beat, and I was like, he beat him at ref. He's gonna get fired.
Yeah, or suspended.
Maybe he'll get suspended. We'll see.
In the meantime, there's a match on NXT. And it's just another match this week that got broken up. This time by the Undisputed Era. Adam Cole, again, just fired up on the mic. Invites McAfee back next week to NXT, which McAfee later on accepted.
They don't give a fuck about Drake Maverick and or Killian Dane.
No, and I'm surprised the match went on as long as it did, to be honest, before it was broken up.
So they're fucking, so half the fucking tape is Lee walking in the back and he's just screaming and yelling the whole time. And then they split screen it and he's screaming and yelling the whole time on the other side while Drake Maverick makes his fucking entrance. And then as they're doing this match, they keep cutting back to him sitting on the fucking bumper of the ambulance with Mia Yim right there. And I'm like,
yeah.
I seen 2 moves from Drake. What the fuck's going on?
And it was during a break.
And yeah, exactly. Then it was during the break. And then fucking Damien leaves, and then the Undisputed Era shows up, and they wreck house. And I'm like, they signed him just to say fuck you. Just to say thanks for that awesome promo. No, everybody's going to want you, but nobody can have you. So,
yeah.
But yeah, no, I did love this promo. He told him, he's like, yeah, I know you're listening. Shut the hell up. Listen. He's all, you're going up against the longest reigning NXT champion of all time. Blah, 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 blah. I love that, how he's like, you can't play wrestler. I love that, because that's the very classic line. I think even Jerry Lawler said that to Andy Kaufman, you can't play wrestler. And then have you seen in Pat's little hype video, his little workout video?
There's a hype video?
He actually, because he has his ring or whatever, so he posted a video of him training, hitting the ropes, taking bumps, showing off some of his athleticism. He's got an incredible vertical. He legit just straight leaps up and stands on the top rope, does a nice moonsault off there, was doing a running moonsault. I mean, granted, any ass bag that knows how to do moonsaults can do moonsaults in the ring, but I mean, I'm more intrigued to see this. Okay, McAfee, granted, yes, he is just a punter, or was just a punter, but he also, won the punt, pass, and kick. He is an athlete.
Yeah.
They don't. Football players they don't just have one specific job. They are still athletes.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's not like it's just an actor coming in. It is an actual athlete.
So I am intrigued to see, because the rumor is, and now granted, from a guy that watches the shit out of his content, I haven't known that he's been training for, I guess, on and off for about, I guess he's been training pretty hardcore for about 2 years, ever since the whole incident with him and Adam Cole happened.
Yes, but you don't realize is this has actually been building for a long time.
Yeah, I know. They the social media, and that, again, fucking god damn it, dude, if you guys are willing to put the 30 minutes into putting all this crap together and throwing it on social media, give it 3 minutes on the fucking show. Build to the fire, okay? Yeah, this thing is started when he showed up in a show in Indy, and they had some fucking words, and then all of a sudden, Pat McAfee's doing, what is it, the kickoff shows, and Adam Cole on multiple occasions would either they would have a back and forth via him, Cole being on backstage or whatever, or Cole would come up to the desk and they would have a confrontation.
Yeah,
it's this has been a thing that's been going on for a long old time. It's finally going to come to a head, but I see one of two. It's either going to be Adam Cole just embarrasses him, and we just don't see Pat McAfee anymore, or maybe this is kind of similar to how he got kicked out of the Undisputed Era. Maybe out of the Bullet Club. Thank you. Maybe I was about to say, I'm already jumping the gun, but I mean, Kyle seems fired up. What if Kyle's you're done being the leader of the Undisputed Era? We're done with your crap. What if they cost him the match?
Yeah.
McAfee looks like a stud. He's still, which they kind of would want him to look like. I'm sure he's helping with the ratings a little bit. So that looks cool. And then maybe this is Adam's nudge to the main or something, which I feel bad for him if it would be, but still.
Yeah, there is also the fact that they're pushing hard to make Pat McAfee the heel in this rivalry.
Oh, yeah, pushing hard my ass. He's just listen to him talk. Last week, he was, short this, short that. This week, I mean...
Itty bitty bitch.
I still love that.
Yeah, I can definitely see a double turn. Back on Dynamite, we finally get to see the finished version of the TNT Championship.
I like it.
Yeah, me too. It looks much better. It's got more color in it now, but it looks
shiny.
I believe Travis is not a fan of it.
What is fan of Trav of? But what is Trav a fan of? Wow, see, this is what happens at 5 in the morning. But I mean, I like it. All the other concept belts that were thrown around, like all of them look good, but I think this fits it. It's not over the top. It still looks like a workers title. And it was, I honestly thought, new belt. They had a little bit more people in the crowd. This smelled like a title change. I thought, who better than Scorpio Sky? And no. But it's fine. They put on a really good match.
Yeah. And we also saw the debut of Mike Chioda.
Hey, Mike Chioda.
Legendary referee. So Cody counters a TKO into a crossroads for a 2 count, and you kind of think that's where, the tide's going to turn a little bit, but nope. Hits a second one for the win.
Yeah.
But then it was after the match, Brody Lee and the Dark Order appear with the old TNT title. He challenges Cody for next week, and pretty much says when he takes the TNT title, he's going to give the old one back to Cody.
I was like, so does that mean he's still the TNT champion, or?
You're the silver TNT champion.
There you go. It's like the junior.
I don't know. I don't really see Brody Lee as the guy to take it off Cody.
I think he has to. I don't think you can do all this hype and have him lose.
No, at the same time, he needs something because he hasn't really hit the high notes since taking over Dark Order.
Exactly. I was thinking they were going to end up taking the tag titles when they went up against Paige and Hangman.
Yeah.
Or Paige and Kenny, but it didn't work out. And now I every week I see them go against somebody, and it's like it's got to be one of them. But the way they built, everything at the end, I think I have an idea where they're going.
Okay. Where are we going?
I think it's going to be like end up being like a 3-way: FTR, the Bucks, and Paige and Hangman.
Oh yeah.
I mean Paige and Kenny. God damn it, I keep doing it. But I mean, because you have I love how they did that whole thing. They really want to do the Horsemen and Elite, and like I said, it's either got to be Cody, or I cannot think of anybody else other than maybe MJF. I mean, because you got to think about it. You got to find somebody to play Rick. If you really want to make this like a Horseman thing, who's going to play Rick? Chris Jericho? I don't see him playing Rick.
Nah, it's got to be Cody.
It's got to be, like I said, MJF off of like the swagger, but he's got his fucking hands tied as it is. So
yeah, he's not really much of a team player either.
I don't know if it's gonna be Cody, because if this is gonna be at All Out, Cody's got a match. So if you eliminate him, you're still looking at the board like, who's the guy we throw the thing at? And then my guess is Hangman. Or actually, well, Hangman will be on the other side. So, or will he be on the other side? Is the question, because he's still technically elite. Well, yeah, if you switch him and Cody, yeah, it's got to be Cody. I just booked myself in the corner. See, I WWE'd myself.
Yeah, this was actually a pretty good segment with Tag Team Appreciation.
It was awesome.
So they're pretty much blowing smoke up each other's asses.
Yeah.
But then you give the mic to Tully Blanchard, and he ain't blowing smoke up anybody.
Why in the world have they not done this sooner? And I don't mean like this segment. I mean just give Tully Blanchard a fucking microphone.
Yeah. So he pretty much just gets in Arn Anderson's face. And just as Sean Spears comes to the stage, Arn's like, nope, I'm out of here.
Mm-hmm. Peace out.
And it's kind of funny though how, Spears just let Arn Anderson walk away.
Smart man. You want to get that spine busted.
Oh yeah, he can still hit him. Oh. In the meantime, Ricky Morton just jabs Tully.
Dude,
it was a stiff
how
one.
old are you, bro? And you sell better than half the fucking dudes in WWE. My God.
Oh, it leads to a scuffle.
It's like, is that how to sell? Is that something you never lose? Like, no matter how many. Well, he never really had head issues like that.
No.
So this is what happens when you work safe. Well, you do high risk shit, but you don't like go in there and kill yourself. Weapons and shit.
A little bit of swerve that we didn't really see coming was as the Bucks are up back on the stage dealing with Tully and Spears, FTR just attack Rock and Roll Express.
Heel change, and I was like, no, don't kill him, but they killed him.
And
it's okay. They needed the heel. They needed the heel move.
Yeah, I mean, they kind of always were heels. And when they came to AEW, they were kind of like anti-heroes. So
yeah.
But man, Morton can still take bumps.
Yeah. Can he ever?
Now, this is obviously where it gets a little bit confusing. Obviously, Matt Hardy was looking for Sammy Guevara all night, and then he had the entire break while Sammy's up on the stage with his cue cards, and nothing happened.
Right.
I mean, he must have got kicked out after attacking the referee.
That's what I'm guessing. It's like they're like, you better get the hell out of here, man. And Sammy's like, oh, this motherfucker's out of here. Better come out with my cue cards. And out he came like an asshole. Just to call him out.
You really taunted him as well.
Sammy, you crazy bastard.
Well, we got to an NXT Santos Escobar versus Tyler Breeze. There's a little bit of interference from Phantasma, but which leads obviously to Escobar getting the win. And it was almost...
They beat the shit out of Tyler Breeze.
Well, yeah, so it was almost the end of Tyler Breeze. I mean, a little bit late for Isaiah and Fandango to come down to defend him.
This dude comes out in a fucking sling and like a walking stick. And then Escobar goes to like hit him and he's like, shit, this thing shoots. So he kind of like slows down the swing. I'm like, attaboy. Please don't kill him with that.
Yeah, I was wondering where Fandango was when Breeze came out to the ring.
He was hobbling. He couldn't fucking move.
Ah, poor guy.
But my whole thing is like they brought up like how he got attacked, but I'm like, does nobody care that a grown man was kidnapped on national television? I mean, granted, yes, they returned him, and good for them, but then they also assaulted him. Like, come on. What the fuck's going on around here?
The security at the Performance Center sucks.
Terrible. Like I said, you got people being kidnapped. You got dumb shit throwing cinder blocks through the same window.
To the point where somebody thought it was Full Sail University, and obviously made a joke that they got to get better security, and Full Sail actually tweeted back saying that security take it very seriously.
They're like, we're not here, asshole. They're not that fucking Full Sail. I think it would look worse if it was in Full Sail and empty arena.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Full Sail was really small.
And it needed people.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean it's really small, but it looks good with a crowd full of people.
Oh yeah.
Two kind of throwaway matches. So Hikaru Shida gets a win over Heather Monroe. Meanwhile, Indy Hartwell is back on NXT to take on Mia Yim, but she falls to a very sick submission. I don't even know what it's called, but Mia just wrapped her up like a pretzel.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I was like, we need like a Morrow right now. What the hell is that called, Morrow? But no, I don't know. She pulls out like she ain't always had like weird ass random submission. I think that's whatever. But it was weird because she's like they kept making it. Oh well, you know her boyfriend is in the hospital. Blah 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 blah, and they kept making it like she's like uberly distracted.
Yeah, but
and she was for like. She was for like 15 seconds.
Yeah, and then when the match started, she was fine.
Yeah, and then she's like, "Oh shit, we're tying up. Here we go."
I mean, maybe she's just got a really good game on.
Yeah.
Let's get down to business, and then we get back to personal life.
Hey, I mean, if you could flip that switch, knock your socks off.
Yeah. Also backstage on Dynamite, Lance Archer's just beating people up in the locker room again.
Oh yeah.
Just because.
And then he shows Jake Roberts' back fat. Says everybody dies, and he's like, and then should have put on the bottom, "Don't eat Cheetos" or something like that.
Yeah, that was weird. He's like, "Jake, turn around." No, I don't want it, Jake. Turn around.
Yeah, turn around. What does it say? Everybody dies. And he's like, "Oh, I feel bad now." I felt bad for Jake. I was like, now he's struggling to pull his shirt down.
Oh. Could you not have just got one of Sammy Guevara's cue cards?
I was just gonna say you couldn't have like had that like written on one of the guys you killed and then just like drag him up or something.
Yeah, it was so weird. But
whatever.
I digress. Before we get to the main event of Dynamite, a couple more things happened on NXT. Bronson Reed defeats Damien Priest, very impressively countering a springboard attack into a power slam. Whoa!
Loved this match, Haas match. For those who love Haas matches, I need to like make like a Haas match alert. But it was great. I mean, there's two big old dudes out there just clobbering.
Yeah, you can just do like a Tommy Dreamer Haas match.
Haas match. I have to change it up every week.
Then we saw tag team action from Aaliyah and Mercedes against Caden and Casey.
Fucking Roberts. This guy, he walks in. He's all, "Now why don't you?" He's all, "This brand's on fuego." And when he said that, I died. I was just like, really?
Fuego means fire.
I was like, okay, you got it, bro.
He was also wearing a red suit.
I was about to say, yeah, and he was wearing a red suit. He was channeling his inner Jimmy Hart. And then he like tells Caden, he's all, "Why don't you lose?" He's all, lose the zero and get with the hero or something like that. Something about lose the loser. I don't know. I was like, are you really trying to recruit Caden Carter? Like right next to her fucking tag team partner?
Yeah.
What the hell's the matter with you?
I mean, at least take them both. Casey's a hell of an athlete.
You act like Casey's not good.
Ninja Warrior, man.
You know what I'm saying? Casey could be like, she should be like in the category of Rhea Ripley, like as far as like star level. Like, how could you not get behind like a Casey Catanzaro?
Well,
She's small, she's cute, kids will love her.
There was that small
kid size
bit of time where she kind of disappeared, where she's kind of retired and then came back.
Yeah, I guess was that. Now I'm still curious on why. You know, were you just like getting tired of taking bumps? Were you tired of getting hurt? Were you mad that you weren't getting pushed? Like, what's the deal?
Because it's kind of like Kaylee Ray in AEW, where she retired, and then next thing she pops up in Impact.
This is how I'll get out of this contract.
I retire. Just pull a Scarface. I retire.
Yeah, I retire. Who did all this, man? Not you, me.
Post-match, we mentioned Rhea Ripley. She came out to confront Mercedes Martinez. Aaliyah tried to back up Mercedes Martinez, but she's Aaliyah.
My ass.
And then Shotzi comes out to even the odds.
Yeah.
I mean, Shotzi did say if she's in street clothes this week, that's why, because obviously she got carjacked.
As we know. And then my man Thatcher, Timothy Thatcher with the Thatcher's Thatch can.
Oh yeah, it's basically NXT Underground.
Yeah, but it's way better.
Yeah,
like he's teaching you NXT Underground. You're not just in there. Go in there until they yell stop 100 times.
And this is why we say Timothy Thatcher is perfect for Raw Underground.
Facts.
There was also a strange, dreamy sequence with Gargano and Candice. I'm not really sure what the hell was going on.
Okay, so do you remember like that whole scene they would do in their house where it would go black and white, and they would they would kind of sound like they're the face, and then they turn black, and then they talk all like badasses like they're heels.
Yeah, and then Keith and Mia obviously ribbed on it.
It's exactly the same fucking thing. He's climbing this ladder as a, he's like, oh yeah, and he's like, Bronson. He's like, yeah, Bronson Reed, Damien Priest. Like, congratulations, you guys are showing how hungry you are. One a lot more than the other one, and he's doing like the whole like I'm really fat thing with his arms. I was like, you're a fucker.
What the hell happened to Johnny Gargano?
He's cracked.
Yeah.
This is what happens when they just tell him to go out there and put on good matches, and he's just like, but what about stories? Match. Oh, okay. 5 stars. Okay. And so he goes out and does what he can.
Yeah. So NXT main event was the latest triple threat. I think was this the last triple threat match?
Yep.
Then we got a fatal 4-way. Grimes.
No, it's 2 singles.
That's it. Yeah. My bad. And then it's like a 5-way ladder match.
Yes, sir.
So Cameron Grimes actually got the win. Kind of surprising, but we were correct in our prediction about Velveteen Dream coming back as the third man.
I was kind of hoping it'd be somebody else, but hey, I mean, who else would it have been?
I mean, even when the graphics started coming on screen with all these different colors, I'm like, wait a minute, who is it? And then
I thought the same. And then I started to saw smoke, and I'm like, oh, it's gonna be Dream.
Yeah, and then ow.
And
there it is.
And a lot of people are unhappy.
He's a controversial figure right now.
Yeah, I don't know if that's like that whole situation's cooled off. There hasn't really been like a conclusion to it as far as we know.
Mm-hmm. I mean, obviously WWE are confident in him. I mean, there's a lot of people they've kind of cut ties with or buried. But obviously they're still pretty faithful in Dream as well as Matt Riddle.
Yeah.
So
good for them. I appreciate the Matt Riddle love.
Yes. So Grimes gets the win with a sneaky double foot stomp to break up a submission.
I was hoping Kushida would win it, and I'm just like, dude, I think Kushida would be an awesome North American champion, but at the same time, now that it's Cameron Grimes is in there, I really still, I'm like leaning, it kind of has to be Damien Priest, maybe, but if Grimes wins it, I'm not going to be mad.
Yeah, I mean, he's paid his dues. He's been getting beat up a lot in NXT.
Yeah, you're telling me.
And then speaking of getting beaten up, a surprising heel turn from Dream as he just batters Kushida.
How dare you?
Poor Kushida.
Yeah, well.
But wait, there's more. Finn Balor just pops up to confront Dream.
Oh, that's right. I came to turn your lights here and turn it. I can't do it.
I turn the light hand and half.
There you go.
So I'm guessing we're getting Balor and Dream. I guess that also makes Balor a face again.
Okay, so when I saw this, immediately one thing popped in my head, and it was the last time that, in my opinion, we saw a good match at a Velveteen Dream, and that was when he went up against Tommaso Ciampa.
Yeah.
If anybody's going to give you a good match like on that kind of a level, it's going to be Finn. So this might be very needed for him.
I mean, that's kind of become Balor's thing since going back to NXT. He's not really winning anything, but he's having great matches with everyone.
Everybody's getting a good match out of him.
Maybe that's what he's there for, just to make everybody look great.
That's fine. I mean, rumor has it they're going to try to bring up some more other main roster stars to kind of help out with the rating factor. But we'll see after this week's ratings, because last week they got slaughtered. This week, I think they're still going to get slaughtered, because this AEW was awesome. And then we haven't even talked about the main event yet.
No. Which was, of course, Jericho versus Orange Cassidy.
$7,000 obligation match.
Yeah, I'm not sure what Cassidy got for winning, but if Jericho had won, he would have got $7,000.
He got fucking jack shit. Poor guy.
Well, he got a win.
He got a W over Le Champion, and the Demon Orange Juice works its magic on that jacket some more. It looks like they've just said, "Fuck it, we're gonna start spray painting this goddamn thing."
Yeah. Which they probably did because it just got more and more orange.
It was just orange. It It wasn't even like orange stained. It was just orange. I'm like, all right.
It was literally the color of Jim Carrey's suit in Dumb and Dumber.
Yes. Yes, it was.
I mean, it almost took a turn for the worse in the match with the distraction on the stage, and that, of course, helped Jake Hager sneak in with a power slam, but Orange kicks out. And I've never actually heard this term before, but Taz kept saying it, so he hooks Jericho in a mousetrap.
Yes. I have heard of that before. Now, however, I have not heard of a high crotch slam. And it's like, bro, I was amateur wrestling for a long time. Okay, I coached it for a little bit. I even did some fucking I have never once in my life, including MMA, have ever heard of it being called a high crotch.
I'm guessing Dabba's heard of it.
Hey, that's
oh, that was a low crotch.
Fucking Taz heard of it. That's for damn sure.
But yeah, victory for Orange Cassidy over Jericho.
Good win. Now, granted, I mean, like, the cradle didn't look crazy, but at the same time, the idea is you tie up both legs and you still get a pin.
Yeah, and Cassidy was a lot more human in this match than he was in the last match. Like, he was really trying. He wasn't just gonna try, he was really trying.
Oh, yeah, big difference from last time. I mean, you could see the effort was there. More so, I did like their first match a little bit more, not gonna lie. But I did enjoy this a lot.
Yeah, there was a lot more there from Cassidy this week. So we mentioned the ratings. Now, originally I thought we were going to have like a one-sided result next week because obviously Dynamite's being moved to Saturday because of the NBA, which means we're not going to get to talk about Dynamite next week. But it's not a problem because it's on 2 hours before TakeOver rather than the same time. Very smart.
Very smart. And watch it'll probably still be a better show. I'm just kidding.
I mean, it's still going to be interesting to see how the ratings look with it being on a different day. And obviously being
in the afternoon at the same time.
Yeah, it's on earlier, and then people are going to have TakeOver afterwards to watch. So that's a 4-hour stretch.
God, I hope not 4. Oh, well, yeah, in 4 hours. Well, 4 in between, I think. Because they're going to start it at 3 Eastern time. And then, of course, WWE starts at 7. Or NXT, whatever. But, yeah. So, I mean, I think they spaced it out perfectly. It's going to be nice. But, yeah, I want to see, like, what are numbers going to look like midday Saturday?
Yeah.
Like, are they going to be improved? Are they going to be worse? Are people going to be watching, like, bullshit? Are they not going to be home? Which they fucking should be. You know.
I mean, NXT is going to have a huge boost on Wednesday with no competition. And
they fucking better.
Obviously, TakeOver doesn't really matter because that's going to be on the network.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I'm guessing NXT is getting a huge boost on Wednesday, and then it's going to be interesting to see what Dynamite looks like on Saturday.
If they don't have a number over 800,000, I'm going to be very, very weary about what NXT is doing. They need to make some fucking changes. If you can't get 800,000 viewers by yourself on a Wednesday, you got problems.
Yeah, especially when AEW are like scraping back up to 1 million again.
Right? If you can't take some of that right back, you need to make some changes, and fast.
Yeah, like where were all those people for the bash?
Yeah, right. Like, of course, I mean, that was the thing. When they went head to head, it was the Bash and not Fight for the Fallen.
Fyter Fest.
Fyter Fest, thank you. So it was, I mean, try to one up each other. I don't know. I mean, they went head to head. Yeah, we had all those like random stars. I don't.
Maybe it was all in the name. Obviously, the Great American Bash does have a lot of history.
It does. It has a plethora of history. I mean, for crying out loud, they showed Ring and Stick Flair. Or I said Ring, Sting and Ric Flair. And Sting he's not employed anywhere, as far as I know.
Hey, maybe Sting's in Retribution.
That would be one hell of a leader.
Yeah.
I've come here to destroy the place that didn't hire me, and then when you hired me, Seth hurt me. It's all your fault, goddammit.
Yeah, next week's show is gonna be very interesting. And of course, speaking of next week, it is PromoSlam 2020. We're going deep, and speaking of deep, the card is stacked and now finalized. This year's newly crowned King of the Mic, Moses Marquez, will challenge the Demoness for the Promo Championship. It may be a rematch from Trivia Takeover, but there's certainly been a lot of evolution in the past couple of months.
You're telling me, but I'm speaking of me growing, that she's not gonna get what she got last time. That was unprepared. That was well thought out, not well executed, as they say. But she's getting a whole different guy, whole different dude. Okay, since that, I beat Amir to get to her, and since then I beat 2 newcomers that brought the fire, and I beat one guy that you couldn't speak promos without mentioning his name. So my confidence is on a new high, and I'm gonna say this: it's time for a change, and it's time for my shoulders to shine awfully bright.
Well, it has to be high because you're also joining Kenny Killer in challenging the Phoenix for the Knowledge Championship in the traditional Summer Freeway. Again, kind of another rematch from Trivia Takeover. Only difference is Kenny wasn't involved in that one.
And that's fine. Kenny's bringing in, all of his knowledge because he was, I want to say, the original.
Yeah.
He was the original Knowledge champ. He is that guy that made it like a thing. So he's big time competition. But Phoenix and I, we got lots and lots of history. I've been talking shit and calling him out week after week after week. And now the wait is finally over. So I beat him once. See if I can do it again. While at the same time, maybe, just maybe, being able to hold Kenny at bay.
Yeah. And in a promo exhibition, the undefeated Brittany Savage goes to battle with the leader of Heel Team 6, Rob Chef.
She's a savage.
Some of us have already seen the promos, and it's definitely something you guys ain't gonna want to miss.
Nope. Good shit.
The Shape rises again for another promo exhibition, this time to go one-on-one with Travis the Walker Anderson. Darkness meets darkness.
Gonna get crazy.
And of course, the Predictions Championship is on the line as the longest reigning champions, Mike Jolly and Chad James, defend for SummerSlam. They're both on something like 25 days, I want to say, something like that now.
Hey, good for them.
But the party begins on Monday with the PromoSlam pre-show. Mike Larkin joins me to take a deeper look into this lineup. Plus, he takes on fellow head judge Daniel Crimmins in another promo exhibition.
Oh yeah!
And for more information on PromoSlam, go to maxwrestlinguk.weebly.com. Also, apparently, I miscounted days. Because last week the Demoness tied for the 3rd longest reigning promo champion. She's obviously past that now, and this time next week she will also have surpassed Mike as the 2nd longest reigning promo champion, and she will also beat Mike's record with 3 defenses at PromoSlam.
Ooh.
She's making history next week.
History.
I mean, she's already made history as the first female Max Wrestling champion.
I was just gonna say, it's like history all day long. Okay, I made history becoming the 2nd king of the mic. Okay, I'm gonna make more history when I get my name added to the list of the guys that have won the Knowledge Championship more than once. I'm gonna etch my name as the next promo champion. It's all fantastic. See, history in the making all throughout the next weeks.
Yeah, we're all making a lot of history this year.
Because it's like MJF around here. Hashtag Big Mo 2020. Hashtag not my champion.
Yeah, and as you said, enough is enough, and it's time for a change.
Oh yeah, change is a coming.
There we go, the bell's back and it's rung for another week. It's time for us to bid you adieu. So before we go, remember to like and follow Max Wrestling on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube and Instagram. We're also on SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Play, iHeartRadio and Castbox.
Castbox.
And As always, you can find us on Wrestling with Wrestling thanks to Andre Corbeil. You can find me at the Captain512. Travis will be back with us next week. You can find him at Walker_TA92. And Twitch no longer makes your dick itch. Because the cure...
unless you're Lana.
Unless you're Lana. But the cure is El Jefe.
Damn right it is. So, we did another live Twitch stream last Saturday, pulled out the good old Cruiserweight title with my man, of all people, Chris Jericho. I know people are like, what the fuck? It was weird, but I was down for it. It's good to go. All these are going to be saved. They're going to go up on YouTube eventually. So, something very weird happened to me. I don't think it's ever happened to you guys, but something weird happened to me. I actually posted very late last night my episode of last week's review of AEW NXT. For some weird reason, it went up private, and when I had to made it unprivate, it has put like a 24-hour hold on it. So, for those of you who are like, we didn't get a fucking episode left, it's there. It's there. Wait it out. It's on the way. I guess I did something wrong. I don't know. So just keep checking all the social media. All the social media. Keep checking all the platforms. It'll eventually pop up. You can listen to it there. We did a double retro on Monday. We did the Hog Wild 1996, and we did just regular Raw and Nitro. Next week, we come back with Battle Royal at Royal Albert Hall from 1991, and it will also be the return of Paul Morales. He is back from his leave, if you will, and he will be joining me to take on that special pay-per-view. So don't get too excited for Raw and Nitro. That'll be the following week.
I would say if you're not ready to publish yet, make it unlisted rather than private, because then still nobody can find it unless you give them the link.
No. Well, hey, then there you go. I may have to just make some more tweaks.
As we said, next week PromoSlam finally arrives. It's the first real special since the shift, but you don't have to wait a whole week because, as we said, the PromoSlam pre-launch show comes your way this Monday, so don't miss the deepest party of the summer. And that, my friends, is the bottom line. Goodbye, mwah, and good night. Bye.
Adios.
Insert Travis's line.
Goddamn squirrel up a pool.